Welcome everybody today to this presentation. Thank you for joining me, where I'm going to speak about the Arabian Epic series as a commercial enterprise. To grow this commercial enterprise, crowdfunding is by far the best model that we've looked at in the market. We've looked at private equity, we've looked at financial institutions, and then what we've done is we've learned an awful lot about what happens in the industry and the investment community worldwide. When there are new, unique, innovative products out there that are being developed, a lot of people reach out to platforms such as Kickstarter, where they look at crowdfunding. It's usually by what they call a community or a fan base, people who understand the product, people excited about the product, people who want to help grow the product, and people who want to become part of that story. And that's exactly what we've got here today. We have built a fan base. We've built people who have had a gap in their let's say their social calendar, their sporting calendar, and this plugs that particular gap, and it changes people's lives. So for you guys as Invest members, you receive financial benefits first and foremost. There is an entry fee, obviously, but that gives you let's say a portion of ownership of the business. So there's a capital gain on sale of the business, or there's a capital gain on reevaluation of the business as the business grows. That's first and foremost. Secondly, along the way you receive financial benefits, because from product sponsors, let's say, there'll be discounts based on your Invest membership number, where some of the retail products that they've got, some of the services they have, you'll receive discounts. You'll also, remember, receive discounts on your race entry fees, because you are now part of the ownership structure of this business. And what we have decided to do as well, so you guys can actually visualize and receive a payback on your investment, what we've agreed to do is that 10% of our revenue, race by race, will be dropped back into the Invest fund, from which you guys can draw down at periodic times in the year. For us as a commercial enterprise, we are at the moment growing ahead of plan. Last year was a feasibility year, where the existing owners pretty much started from scratch, from a blank sheet of paper. We decided that we had a big vision, a big growth story was going to be 3 to 5 years. Year one being the feasibility, we wanted to see, first of all, if there is demand. We wanted to see, secondly, if we do have the capability to deliver this. Also, thirdly, we were watching the world itself, the actual market for this product, if you like. We were watching a World Series being built. We were watching the valuations of races increase. And then also we needed to test Arabia as well, because most of these races, remember, only take place in some of the countries that have off-road cycling, off-road sports well developed over 30 to 40 years. You're talking Switzerland, you're talking New Zealand, South Africa, for example. It's never been done in Arabia as such before, so the actual environment in terms of temperatures is different. And do we have attractive terrain? Also, there's huge interest from people from abroad to actually come here. One of the benefits we felt, gut feeling, with Arabia is it's effectively the center of the world. It's the gateway from east to west. We can pull in riders, we can pull in their families, let's say, and foreign income into this country from Australia, from New Zealand, as easily as from China, as easily as from South Africa, from Europe, from America. Other parts of the world can't claim that benefit that we have, which is a huge plus for Arabia. In relation to your investment, we need to invest in race assets. Race day, as you know, for those of you who've been there, those of you who haven't, but who can see this sport grow around the world, it's an asset-heavy race day. So we have to have world-class start arches, our flags, our branding, our health and safety equipment, our timing equipment has to be world-class. We need fantastic vehicles, but most importantly is we need a fully focused world-class management team that is in place to deliver something world-class already, even as this baby is growing, but also has the ability to grow alongside it and remain world-class over the next 3 to 5 years. That requires full-time, single-minded focus. Otherwise, this product cannot be developed and optimized in terms of its opportunity and potential. One of the key benefits of this enterprise is it gives our sponsors massive exposure globally during a period of the year where the rest of the world in this particular sport and off-road sport in general pretty much goes to sleep during the winter. That's our peak season. So when you look at brands that sponsor some of these races to get the exposure off the back of their social media, we provide the shop window from the months of October right through to March, which no other part of the world can actually do for a brand. So instead of us having one race where for 7 days you give a brand this fantastic exposure around the world and they get some amazing imagery, amazing video, amazing shots, we're giving them 23, 25, 30, whatever pace we grow at, days worth of exposure, plus all the days in between. So effectively you've almost got a half a year's worth of exposure to a particular brand. So who are they going to choose? They'll choose us rather than a 7-day opportunity elsewhere. Revenue comes from several different sources. So we are mitigated, we're not relying, all our eggs are not in one basket. But if I go down through the priority or in order of materiality, first and foremost is sponsorship revenue. Then secondly, you will have government contributions to make these things happen. Then you will have the entry fees, obviously, from the participants. And then also at a later stage, and as you see in the sport now worldwide, you've got the TV rights, which again is another very important going forward revenue stream for us that we have to try and develop at the moment. Also, if you look at the big corporates here, it's very, very important for us as well when we were developing this to be close to one of our main revenue streams, which is corporate sponsorship. Most of the large corporates around the world will have regional headquarters here, regional decision makers here, and they will have region-wide budgets here. Marketing is a very, very powerful force in the UAE. It's also a large part of budget spend and budget allocation. We again are tapping into that because we are a marketing stroke media machine for some of these corporates. Again, I stress, during a time in the year where they haven't got access to so many shop windows and so many platforms and clothes hangers, if you like, we are that clothes hanger for people in a very important part of the year where the world effectively goes asleep. In terms of a product, we've got to look at who our end customer is. Our end customer effectively is not just the people who turn up on race day. Remember, it's a media enterprise. Our main customer is the corporate. It's the corporate sponsor. It's those that want to reach their brand and grow their brand and spread awareness of their brand regionally, globally, locally. Why is it attractive? It's attractive because we've got a huge part of the expat community particularly and the local Emirati community that cycle, that take part in outdoor pursuits. They are the active adventure demographic of the population here and a considerable portion of the population. These people as well are also extremely social media competent, social media friendly. Most of our lives and our interactions, we have more friends on social media than we've ever had in our physical day-to-day lives. So we build a database. We understand the demographic of these people. A lot of the people we're talking about, the white-collar workers, the professionals, the senior management, the middle management, the director level individuals, they're extremely influential. They have, relative to other countries as well, they have maybe a higher ability to spend. What I'm trying to say, they have deeper pockets. So for, let's say, sponsors like large vehicle manufacturers here and some of the big showrooms, our demographic, our customer is effectively their customer. It's the customer that they are after. For the month of January, I'm going to be communicating this message and this presentation out there in the public domain. The view is to open up the investment gates between the 1st of February and 28th of February. On a monthly basis, there will be invest reports sent out to you guys. It will show the growth of the business in terms of financial terms. It'll also look at the various KPIs we have, how we're tracking against our plan. You'll also see data on the growth of our social media and our marketing effectiveness around the world. On an annual basis, you're going to have audited financial statements. We actually start off after 2018 with a set of financial statements that will be audited. There'll also be company re-evaluations done by a third-party auditor on an annual basis. And also, for those of you who are going to be on the start line, you're going to see the growth in numbers. You're going to see the growth in performance. You're going to see new sponsors come on. We'll be 100% transparent with you in these monthly reports as to what investment is coming our way from sponsors. The invest model being a crowdfund model, we're looking at numerous investors coming together. We're allocating 10% of the business to invest as a crowd fund. Within that, then every individual will have a piece of the pie or a shareholding in the business. We have got a target, an investment target of $200,000 US. We've also set the ticket price or the entry price or the membership fee, if you like, at a lowly $1,000 to come in. That's a management team and existing ownership team are fully focused on optimizing this opportunity. At some part in our business plan, we will be approached by outside acquirers or buyers, and we will be considering those offers. Recap one more time, this is a capital gain opportunity for anyone who wants to come in now and come in early and support our growth. So thank you all very much for listening to me today, and I hope to see you all and your friends and family on our start line. And please blast it out there across social media that this is the best thing that's happened to you in the Middle East.